Hey Beaumont, Troy from the library here. Welcome to week 4 of our scavenger hunt. This week we will be doing turquoise pendants or necklaces, whatever you want to call them. It plays an important role for Najoni, our main character, as she sacrifices her one link to her mother for the final goal. So join us for our craft this week. Thank you everyone. Bye.
If I may, Mr. Yazzie says, clearing his throat. He climbs down Mac's torso and leg and makes his way over to where Davery and I laid out the gifts. I'm afraid young Mac failed to secure the turquoise from Sulzl, and he feels just terrible about it. Oh no, I whisper. What happened? Nothing happened. Mac stomps his foot, and 800 feet below us, the river that cuts through Canyon de Chelly suddenly rushes faster, whitecaps rippling across the previously calm surface. What's your anger, Mac? Mr. Yazzie says. The water responds to it. Mac looks both abashed and pleased, and then a little scared. Ancestral powers are definitely cool, but it's not ideal when you cause a minor flood by throwing a temper tantrum. We move back from the edge, and Mac flops himself down next to Davery, who has been sitting and watching calmly this whole time. Mac picks up the black jet earring, turning it over in his hand. Sorry, he mumbles. What happened? I tried, Z, he says finally, sounding like he feels crummy. But at first we couldn't find the guardian of the mountain, and then by the time we did, a storm was coming in. We got the turquoise, and I was holding it in my hand, but it was raining, and Dorlee's feathers were slippery. When he made a sharp turn, I lost my balance, and Mr. Yazzie fell out of my hoodie. I couldn't grab him and hold on at the same time with only one hand. I had to catch Mr. Yazzie or save the turquoise. I chose Mr. Yazzie. And many blessings that you did, Mac, Mr. Yazzie says. I am a very resilient horned toad, but even I have limits. One of them is not being able to survive a fall like that. It was my fault, Dorlee says, sticking his large head in between us. I should have warned Mac I was turning. No, it was my fault, Mr. Yazzie says. If I hadn't lost my grip. It sounds like it was no one's fault, Shishin says, joining us. Accidents happen. But what do we do now? Mac wails. We still need the turquoise if we want Spider-Woman to give us the map. Dad should never have made us do this alone. Davery frowns and opens his mouth like he's about to say something about Dad's kidnapping, but I shake my head and mouth. He doesn't know. You have to tell him. Not yet. But I gesture to my miserable little brother. Now's not the time to lay something as scary as that on him. Davery looks at Mac too, and his face softens. You're right, he mouths. Hey Mac, I have some turquoise, I say, clutching my pendant, the one I wear all the time. The gift from my mom, who I now know was a monster slayer, or at least had monster slayer heritage that she passed down to me. She's gone, so it's up to me to fight the monsters and save our dad. Are you sure? Davery asks me. I know how much that necklace means to you. Maybe we can go back to Sozir tomorrow and try again. We don't have time for that, I say. Besides, according to Black Jet Girl, I shouldn't be afraid to make a sacrifice. She said the things that mean the most to us have the most power. My necklace must be super powerful because it means everything. The heralds all make chirping sounds of approval. I hug Mac, who smiles weakly with relief. Or is it guilt?